during the week. All right, so in case you hear a topic and you be like, this one is not current now. Well, it is current because it's happened, and yes, it happened during the week, and so we need to talk about it and give extensive analysis on this issue. So let us begin with the very first topic we have on our plate today. Expect full manifestation of my reforms next year, says President Tinubu. So, President Bola Tinubu has reflected on his administration's 6 months in office and has assured Nigerians of a full manifestation. Now, put finger quotation marks around the words full manifestation of the results of his reforms next year. Now, he gave his the president gave his government, gave his administration kudos for the improvement of security in the southeast and the south, in the northeast and in the northwest, saying that Boko Haram and bandits were being routed by security agents. Now, restating that he was at the forefront of changing the country for the better, the president urged security agencies to work harder to make Nigeria work. President Tinubu spoke while inaugurating the new Enugu Zonal Command Complex of the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, EFCC, in Enugu State. So the president is saying, you need to give us a pat on the back. You need to clap for us as we have improved security in the southeast, in the south, in the northeast, and in the northwest. Talk about tooting one's own horn. And the next topic is no remedy for 25 former Rivers Assembly members, PDP. PDP is saying there is no remedy for the 25 former Rivers Assembly members. Now, the People's Democratic Party, PDP, has asserted that there is no remedy for the 25 former members of the Rivers State House of Assembly who, by virtue of Section 109, subsection 1G of the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, 1999, as amended, vacated and lost their seats by reason of defection from the PDP, the party platform upon which they were elected into the House of Assembly. Now, the party insisted that having now vacated and lost their seats, the only option available for the former lawmakers, if they wish to return to the House of Assembly, is to seek a fresh nomination and re-election on the platform of any political party of their choice, in line with the provisions of the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, 1999 as amended, and the Electoral Act 2022. Now, the 25 former Rivers lawmakers freely and without any cost, this is according to the PDP, vacated their seats, being fully aware of the consequences of defection from the party upon which they were elected into the Rivers State House of Assembly without the conditions stipulated by the 1999 Constitution. And that is our second topic for today. Moving on to the third one, as cases of multinational manufacturing firms exiting Nigeria continue to mount, participants at a trade dialogue organized by the Federal Ministry of Industry, Trade and Industry, FMITI, have faulted Nigeria's commitment to agreements reached with foreign investors. Participants at the discourse themed trade as a catalyst for economic diversification also said it was not yet time for Nigeria to sign an Economic Partnership Agreement, EPA, with the European Union. A communique issued at the end of the event stressed that the aim of the dialogue was to identify common objectives, explore avenues for collaboration, and collectively address the barriers to prosperity in the country's trade environment. Now, the participants also observed that there was a lack of awareness on the availability of locally manufactured products. The communique further observes that Nigeria was behind in the implementation of the African Continental Free Trade Area, AFCFTA, and warned that lateness was dangerous in any economic integration. Now, the group pointed out that Nigeria is never short of policy documents, but implementation is always the problem. The AFCFTA provides the roadmap on how Africa can prosper in trade by eliminating tariff within the continent. And that is our third topic for today, where stakeholders have said Nigeria is not faithful to agreement reached with foreign investors. Moving forward, the World Bank says 99.9% household yet to receive federal government's conditional cash transfer. Now, the World Bank has reported that approximately 99.9% of targeted poor and vulnerable households are yet to receive the FG's recently announced 25,000 naira per month cash handout. According to The Times, data from the World Bank's lead economist for Nigeria, Alex Sienat, was presented last week in Abuja during the Nigeria Development Update December 2023 edition. The federal government intends to provide cash transfers to low-income households paying 25,000 naira monthly for 3 months, according to his presentation material. You will recall that President Bola Tinubu had introduced the conditional cash transfer program on October 17 this year, with funding support of $800 million from the World Bank. Now, this program was intended to assist 15 million Nigerian households that make up less than 75,000 naira per month and are considered poor, near poor, or vulnerable. This indicates that even with the extreme poverty in the country, 99.9% of the targets have not received their monthly 25,000 naira cash transfer, which begs the question, where did the money go? And that will be our fourth topic for today. Moving forward, let's talk about two Nigerians who are doing exploits abroad. The first is Nigerian professor Ijeoma Egwuatu, who emerged at Cambridge University president, Nigerian-born professor of pharmaceutical nanoscience. Ijeoma Egwuatu has been appointed as the 7th president of Wolfson College, a constituent college of the University of Cambridge. And also Nigerian woman Olusimbo Ige becomes the first black female commissioner in Chicago. She was appointed commissioner of the Chicago Department of Public Health, thus becoming the first black female to occupy the position. Mayor of Chicago, Mayor Brandon Johnson, officially announced the appointment. There is a lot to talk about on Dr. Olusimbo Ige and also Professor Ijeoma Egwuatu, and we'll be delving into the conversation right after we return from this break. Stay tuned. You are listening to the recap right here on Voice of the People 90.3 FM. Welcome back. If you're just joining us, not to worry, you haven't missed much as the program has just begun. This is the recap, a program where we analyze some of the major issues that trended during the week. And with me to do the analysis today, as always, I have Mr. Peter Anosike with me in the studios. Now, in case you do not know, Mr. Peter Anosike is a philosopher, a development economist, a journalist, and a best-selling author. He is the author of Dangote's 10 Commandments on Money, the book that was rated as one of the best development books in the world by Wall Street Journal. And here in Nigeria, it was adopted as a workbook for grooming entrepreneurs by the Small and Medium Enterprises Development Agency of Nigeria, SMEDAN, a federal government agency in charge of small and medium businesses in Nigeria. The next voice that you will hear will be that of Mr. Peter Anosike. Good afternoon, Mr. Anosike. Good evening, rather, Mr. Anosike. It is always a pleasure to have you here.
Good evening and happy Christmas in advance to our numerous listeners.
Well, Merry Christmas to everyone who celebrated, and of course, a very happy New Year in advance. Before we begin to talk about the happiness or the merriment of Christmas and the happiness that we're hoping that the New Year will usher in, Nigeria's president is saying that we should expect a full manifestation of his administration's reforms next year. Now, he spoke while inaugurating the new Enugu Zonal Command Complex of the EFCC in Enugu State. But here is the thing. The president himself gave his government, his administration, kudos for the improvement of security in the southeast, in the south-south, in the northeast, and in the northwest. In fact, he's saying that Boko Haram and bandits have been, they've been rooted out by security agents. But Mr. Anosike, we actually hear cases of kidnapping, cases of bandit attacks. We have so many cases of insecurity happening. So when we hear talks like this from any federal government official saying, oh, security has been improved, the people who live in those volatile areas, are they not the one who will determine if their security situation has been improved or not?
This is one of the reasons why most Nigerians don't watch NTA. This is one of the reasons why most Nigerians don't listen to Radio Nigeria. Because why? They know that anything that they hear there is not the truth. Understand? Tinubu and Buhari was saying this for 8 years. Understand? And Tinubu has continued. We know that as we speak, many NYSC students have not been released since they were kidnapped. Understand? There's stories of banditry, kidnapping, armed robbery on a daily basis. So giving himself a pass mark, any well-meaning Nigerian will score Tinubu 0 in the last 6 months. There's nothing that he has done that I'm not saying that will transmit to anything substantial in the life of the Nigerian masses.
You are saying not just for the past 6 months, but for the
that will. He's saying that Nigerians should expect full manifestation. Understand? But you cannot build something on what? Nothing. So all he has been talking is building castles in the air. Understand me? All Tinubu has been doing for the past 6 months is building castles in the air. One, a country can never grow with these bogus expenses that we are doing. A country can never develop when the country is not producing. A country can never grow when the country is not exporting. And Tinubu has done nothing that will make Nigeria to become a productive economy. He has done nothing that will make Nigeria an exporting economy. The foreign investors that he's always going that to meet will not come because there's no enabling environment that will make any company profitable in Nigeria. Instead, companies are on exodus, mass movement of foreign companies from Nigeria. And these foreign direct investors are not stupid. They work with data, they work with statistics, they ask tough questions. Understand me? So there's nothing that he has done in the last 7 months that will transmit to economic growth. There's nothing that he has done in the last 6 months that will transmit to social growth. It has been talk, and no action. Then, in the issue of security, Tinubu Tinubu was represented by the National Security Advisor, Nuhu Ribadu. And if you read that speech, Nuhu Ribadu said that Governor Peter Mbah has fought insecurity in Enugu to a standstill. He never said Tinubu. He said Governor Peter Mbah has fought insecurity in Enugu to a standstill. And that's a fact because Peter Mbah himself stood up and began to go to the street, begin to appeal to people, come out and start your business, come out and begin to work, come out and start going to your schools. These people will not do you anything. Understand? He went to the major markets in Enugu and said, if you don't come to do your business, you will lose your shop. So he was on the street motivating the people of Enugu State to come out and start their businesses. There's a saying that a people united can never be defeated. A people united can never be defeated. So Southeast are uniting against insecurity, and not Tinubu running the people of Southeast. So he cannot take any credit in what is happening in the Southeast with regard to security. He cannot take any credit in what is happening in the South with regard to security. Northwest is still hotbed of insecurity in the country. North Central is still a hotbed for insecurity in the country. People are being killed in Benue on a daily basis. Benue is known as the food basket of the country, but today no farming is going on in Benue State. Plateau is very good with grains, understand me, but no farming is going on in Plateau State. So what has he done? He hasn't done anything at all with regard to insecurity. He has not done anything at all with regard to insecurity. And if there's no security, there cannot be food production. Farmers cannot go to the farm. Understand me? That's a fact. Then with his borrowing and spending, there's no way our economy will grow. Any country that wants to develop will first of all start with the reducing drastically the cost of governance. Any economy that wants to grow, any government that wants to grow will first of all start by reducing the cost of governance. Tinubu has not done that. Instead of doing that, he is increasing the cost of governance. Our recurrent expenditure is far more than the money for capital expenditure. No country can grow on that. When you are using over 60% of your annual budget in debt servicing, you cannot grow. When you are using over 30% of your expenditure on recurrent expenditure, running of government houses, paying of salaries, even borrowing to pay salaries, you cannot grow. What can grow the economy is capital expenditure, investment in infrastructure. But he had not done this. So I'm telling you, by this time next year, this miracle happens, Nigeria will be worse off than the end of 2023.
Are you saying we should prepare for harsher times?
Nigeria should buckle up their belt. Nothing has been done government-wise, administrative-wise, to cushion the effect of what is happening in the country. No country can grow with sharing money. They say that they are transferring money. No country can grow by giving fish. Country grow by producing fish, not giving fish.
Okay, so here where he's saying expect the full manifestation of my reforms next year. He's saying we should not expect anything different.
Bet on that and you go hungry.
Apart from the president himself, what about his team of ministers, commissioners, all of his appointees? If you do not have faith in the president himself, what about anybody he has appointed to be in charge of affairs?
Idea must come from the top. That's why he's at the top. Understand me? The person at the top is the problem solver. He gives direction. The salary of the president is more than that of the minister, because the president is expected to solve more problems than the minister. That's how it works. Ideas come from the top, but suggestion can come from the below. So if a government is failing, it is not the ministers that are failing. That's why when they say that ministers should sign an undertaking that if they don't perform, a minister cannot perform if he's not given the power to perform by the president.
When you say the power to perform, what do you mean?
The authority to perform. Understand? You can be in an office and be irrelevant if the president does not want you to perform. Understand? The man at the top is the problem solver. Understand? So we cannot hold any minister responsible. Rather, we hold the person at the helm of affairs responsible. Nigeria did not vote for any minister, mind you.
You were all appointed. All right, then you are listening to the recap right here on Voice of the People 90.3 FM. My name is Ijeoma Innocent. I'm your host, and with me I have Mr. Peter Anosike to do the analysis on the program today. In case you do not know it, Mr. Peter Anosike is a philosopher, a development economist, a journalist, and a best-selling author. He's the author of Dangote's 10 Commandments on Money, the book that was rated as one of the best development books in the world right now, not even just in Nigeria, by the Wall Street Journal. And here in Nigeria, it was adopted as a workbook for grooming entrepreneurs by the Small and Medium Enterprises Development Agency of Nigeria, SMEDAN, a federal government agency in charge of small and medium businesses in Nigeria. At exactly 5 p.m. on the dot, the phone lines will be open so that you can share your opinions, your ideas, your thoughts, and your suggestions with us. But in the meantime, let us go into the second topic for today. Now, the PDP has said there is no remedy for the 25 former Rivers Assembly members who defected from the PDP to the APC. The PDP, they are saying, when you left, when you defected, you know what the conditions were, you know what the consequences were, that once you defect, you would lose your seat and you would have to contest again. We know that there were 27, and according to the PDP, 2 people came back to their senses and they became reintegrated into the party, saying they made a mistake by trying to defect. But now those who defected have said they have continued to reiterate that there is animosity, that there are issues within the party, that there are inter-party issues that they do not want to be part of. But now the PDP is saying there is no remedy for them. Also, during the week, there was a report that the APC is not accepting them into the fold just yet. Now, before they can be accepted into the fold, they have to maybe contest again on the platform of the APC, and then they will be allowed to get into the forum of assembly, the APC Assembly Forum, right? That's what it is called. But now it seems that these people are neither here nor there. Can we say that their allegiance, because these are pro-Wike people who defected, right? Can we say that their allegiance to the FCT minister has become their undoing? Because now they're neither here nor there. They're not in the PDP.
No. You are helping them if you said that they are neither here or there. They are in APC. Understand me? We saw them singing "On Your Mandate We Stand," which is Tinubu's song. We saw them waving the thing of APC. So they have defected to APC.
But they've not accepted them there.
And one judge, said that they're already in APC and that they're not going back to PDP. Understand me? So the issue that they have defected, understand? And section 109 of the Nigerian Constitution made it clear that once you defect from a party that has voted you into an office, you lose that mandate. Because one thing, vote is not transferable. You cannot transfer a PDP vote to APC. You cannot transfer Labour Party vote to PDP, because on the day of the governorship and the House of Assembly elections, it was not their pictures that was on the ballot. It was the logo of PDP.
So people vote for the party,
so
and not just the
people voted
person.
for the party and not for individuals. And the Constitution said that it is the party that sponsor candidates. Understand? So they were sponsored by PDP, and the people of Rivers State voted for PDP. So now they have now defected to APC. That's where they are as we speak. And by defecting to APC, they have fallen short of the section 109 of the Nigerian Constitution. And there's a precedent to this. In 2021, when the governor of Cross River State, Ben Ayade, they came to PDP they came to APC from PDP. Some members of the Cross River State House of Assembly who decamped with him lost their lost their seat in the Cross River State House of Assembly. The same thing happened in Ebonyi State when the governor of Ebonyi State, Dave Omahi, decamped from PDP to APC. The members of the Ebonyi State House of Assembly who decamped with him lost their seats. So there's already a precedent.
So, Mr. Anosuke, this is giving a timeline of blind allegiance, because you're following someone who, no matter what, they are covered, knowing that if you move in the same direction that they are moving, you get to lose what the little that you hold on to.
No, the issue is they understand the era that we are in. They understand that we are in the era of impunity. In era of that you can do anything and nothing will happen. In the era of it doesn't matter. Understand? So maybe as the appeal court and Supreme Court said during the presidential tribunal that there's no difference between the FCT and the other states. Understand? That FCT does not have any special status. Maybe they are hoping that our judiciary will also say that there's no difference between PDP and APC. Understand? They are expecting our judiciary to say there's no difference between APC and PDP. Therefore, what they did is good. Understand me? Or they may be expecting that our judiciary can create a faction for PDP. Maybe the judiciary can call one Adam Musa as the factional chairman of PDP to ensure that there's faction. But we know that today there's only one acting national chairman of PDP. It is not two. PDP has only one national working committee. It is not two. So there's nothing like crisis in PDP. Understand me?
So this crisis that they are saying they are seeing that made them defect, it was that just an excuse?
Even if there's a crisis, it is in Rivers APC. Because why? Okocha, who they put as the transition committee chairman, Tony Okocha, there's one Emeka Bekee that was elected in 2021 as the Rivers State chairman of APC. It is the Emeka Bekee that is saying that they will not welcome these people to APC. Okocha, the Caretaker Committee chairman has welcomed them. Understand? But so in Rivers State today, there are two factions. One headed by Emeka Bekee and the other one by Tony Okocha. And
one of them, they are not open to accepting these defectors.
That is the constitutionally elected chairman of APC in Rivers State. Understand me? So he is saying that they will not welcome these people, that is not even aware that some people joined the APC, that he only heard it in the news. And that there are ways of joining a political party. You have to go to your ward and join. And these people have not done it. Understand me? So if there's any party that is in crisis, it is the APC, not the PDP. So even this thing has gone beyond the agreement that Fubara signed in Abuja. Understand? Because this is a constitutional issue. And no agreement is near to a constitution. Understand me? No buying law can be compared to a constitution. So whatever agreement that is Simi Fubara signed in Rivers State is nothing when compared to the Nigerian constitution. Understand me? So and the PDP said that they are going to fight this case to the Supreme Court. And for now, those people are no more in PDP. They have lost their mandate from the people. So it is a stupid mistake on their side, because they are following a man who whatever he touches, he destroys.
And you're talking about some Wike.
Yes, on Wike. Whatever he touches, he destroys. Where's okay the Basil? Where's Ifani Ugwani? Understand? His G5 people, he has dumped them and take up a position.
So you're saying that whatever Wike is doing, he's doing for his own selfish
interest. He's a very selfish, greedy human being.
All right then. You are listening to the recap right here on Voice of the People 90.3 FM. My name is Ijeoma Innocent. I'm your host, and we are delving into some of the major issues that trended and made the major headlines during the week. We have talked about the president saying Nigerians should expect a full manifestation of his reforms next year. We just spoke about the PDP saying there is no remedy for the 25 former Rivers Assembly members who defected to the APC. Let us delve into the world of business, where stakeholders are saying Nigeria has not been faithful to agreements reached with foreign investors. Right now, this is coming amid the cases of multinational manufacturing firms exiting Nigeria. So many multinational firms have left the country in at least the past 4 to 5 months. And stakeholders are saying one of the reasons why this is rampant is because Nigeria has not been faithful to agreements that we reach with foreign investors. Right. Mr. Osike, you spoke about how the president has been more or less globetrotting, trying to get foreign investors to invest into Nigeria. But the ones who we have here that have been here for decades, that have provided jobs, that have provided, retail goods, services, drugs that have worked, that are good for Nigerians. The fact that they are producing here means that we are buying those things at a cheaper rate. Now, if they're leaving and they have to import those things from their factories outside Nigeria into Nigeria, we'll be buying it at a higher price. And I've experienced it because I think I tried to buy, was it Panadol Extra the other day, and two tablets, a dose now goes for 100 naira. That might seem like, it's small money, but this is something.
A sachet is now 500 naira,
and it used to be the whole sachet for about 100 naira before now. So even headache is expensive right now. But so when stakeholders are saying Nigeria does not honor agreements with foreign investors, why are we trying to woo these people to come and invest in our economy if we're not going to honor the agreements that we have with them?
As I told you, there's no enabling environment in Nigeria, so foreign investors will not come to Nigeria because government is not doing what they should do. And again, foreigners see Nigeria as a fraudulent country. Foreigners see Nigeria as the capital of 419 in the world.
And unfortunately, that is a notion that we haven't done much to disabuse over the years.
Yes, when Buhari went to UK and told them that Nigerians are corrupt, understand? So what do you expect when the president of a country who is supposed to go outside and protect our image, not be our image, when you go to the street and tell them that my product is not good, do you expect people to buy? That's what Buhari did. And they're still going about looking for foreign investors. When you go out and tell foreigners that your country people are corrupt, and you still want foreign investors that to come to a corrupt country, it will not work. The truth is that foreign countries don't trust Nigerians. They don't trust the leaders in Nigeria. They know that Nigeria leaders, one, they don't emerge through due process. That is one. And that's where credibility, transparency, accountability starts. How did you come into office? What process brought you into office? Is it a due process? Did you come into office through the right way? This is very, very important. How did Nigerian leaders come into office? That's the first question that they will ask themselves. How you come into office will determine how you are going to perform in that office. That is basic. When you enter office through the window I cannot trust you. I cannot invest in your country. When you come into office in a democratic election and the votes of the people does not count, I will not trust you. Where in a country the judiciary is not transparent, there's no credibility in the judiciary, no foreign investor can go to that country. So what they are saying is real. That foreign investors see Nigeria as a country of deceit. And until we change, until we become transparent, until our judiciary begin to work, foreign investors will not be coming to Nigeria. Instead, those here will be exiting to other countries.
So we have foreign investors refusing to come in. The ones who are already invested, they're packing up shop and leaving.
They are packing up.
But what about the case of honoring agreements?
That's the thing now. When you come into office through the window, you have now shown that doing things the wrong way works. As I said, the process by which anybody comes into office will determine how he's going to perform in that office. When somebody came through the back door, you shouldn't expect him to honor any agreement that he signed with you because he is corrupt. Understand me? No foreign investor that knew how Hope Uzodinma came into office would expect Hope Uzodinma to honor his agreement. So this is how it starts.
So the first thing is to make sure that the economy is standard.
No. The first step, make sure that you get into office through due process, through the right way. That's where it starts. And
then do you proceed with policies that would help the people and make sure that foreign investors, whatever they are investing, their investments are safe and secure?
It should be safe and secure, understand me. There should be due processes. And not when government is giving fake CFOs. Understand me? When government is giving fake CFOs. So how do you trust that government?
So there are a lot of underlying issues. It's not just not honoring agreements.
No. It's not just honoring of agreement. Corruption is corruption. Corruption is not only about embezzling money. It goes far beyond it. When as a leader, I make policies that affect me and my family positively, it is corruption. Understand me?
But what if it affects the whole country positively?
That's good. Very, very good. Understand? Because what concerns the people must come first before what concerns the person in power. When the newly elected president of Argentina came on board, he started sending the presidential jets. Understand me? He said he cannot be having 3 presidential jets while his countrymen and women are going through hunger. He said he doesn't need any new cars. This shows somebody who wants to work, who has the interest of the people at heart.
All right then. You are still listening to the recap right here on Voice of the People 90.3 FM. My name is Ijeoma Innocent. I'm your host, and we have been talking about stakeholders saying Nigeria is not faithful and does not honor agreements reached with foreign investors. Let's talk about something that's also like this, that also links to this. The World Bank has said 99.9% households are yet to receive the federal government's cash transfer. Now, they're saying that this 99.9% approximately of targeted poor and vulnerable households have not received 25,000 naira per month cash handout. Now, this is 99.9% is more or less 100%. That is to say, it seems the World Bank is just saying politely that absolutely nobody has received this money. And you have said time and again that you cannot fight poverty in the nation by dashing people money. 25,000 naira.
It doesn't happen.
You are saying to households that earn less than 75,000 naira in a month, you want to share 25,000 naira in 3 months, right? And to do this, you get funding support of $800 million from the World Bank, but yet nobody has received anything. We've not heard about how this money is being used, or if it's being used, or if it's still in the coffers, or how they intend to gather the data, the social register, to make sure that the people who you are sending this money to are actually the poor and the vulnerable. And so it seems this money is just sitting somewhere waiting to be utilized.
The issue is this: one, no poor and vulnerable people anywhere in the world has bank accounts. You have phone, you have a bank account, and you call yourself vulnerable. It's a lie. So the poorest of the poor that this so-called money is meant for don't have, you cannot capture them. They are the what we classify as the unseen in the society. We classify them as the unseen in the society. You don't see them. Your data cannot capture them because they don't have phones. They don't have bank account. How can you transfer money to them? Number one thing in the country, and that's why Nigeria is the way it is, we have no workable data. And without data, no planning can happen without data. Understand me? Even as a mother, to cook in the house, you need data. How many children do I have? How many cups of rice will be enough for them? That is data. There's nothing you can do without data, without statistics, and we don't have this in the country. Now, understand? We don't have any workable data in the country. That is why when they tell you that they are transferring, that money is being stolen, that money is being embezzled. We don't have any workable data in Nigeria. Even our NBS, National Bureau of Statistics, have been politicized. And the international community is taking note of this. Our National Bureau of Statistics has been politicized. They are now giving figures because they made a Yoruba man the head of National Bureau of Statistics. So he's now turning everything to favor the president. Tomorrow you will see that MBS will say that there's no more poor man in the country.
And so it seems what they are saying, when they go out, attend these summits and conferences, what they are saying is different from the reality that Nigerian citizens are facing on a daily.
They go there to empty packaging. Understand? That's how Nai Mohammed once said that nobody is hungry in Nigeria. In a country of over 200 million people, that nobody is hungry in Nigeria. Understand? That's the kind of information that they take abroad. But what they don't know is that those people abroad have far more information than them. Check any Nigerian abroad. It's always on the internet because their data is free. Understand me? They are getting far more information than us here. Understand? So that nothing can happen without data. So that they are going to transfer money to 25,000 naira to vulnerable and the poor Nigerians. Vulnerable Nigerians don't have bank accounts. Vulnerable Nigerians don't have phones. How can you transfer money to them? How can you have data of vulnerable Nigerians which you prepare in Abuja? Understand? The one that Hadiza, the former Minister of Humanitarian Affairs under Muhammad Buhari, said that they were transferring. Did you ever see any Nigerian that say, I got this? So it is just like a subsidy. It's a way of stealing money in Nigeria. Money transfer is a way of stealing because you cannot account for that. The one where they prepare even the people that had died 100 years ago, they put their names in their register as people who has received this money. They can go to the cemetery there and copy dead people's name, put it in their data, so that nobody will come out tomorrow and say, you mentioned my name, I did not get anything. So it's a way of making few Nigerians rich at the expense of the millions of Nigerians. And again, no country can survive, no country can prosper by money being transferred to them. It doesn't boost the economy.
So the best way is to put in place reforms and policies that would help people in day-to-day life.
That's one. Employing companies in Nigeria should be encouraged. Understand? Any company that employs people in Nigeria should be encouraged. You can give them even 10 years tax holiday. Understand? Reduce their cost of electricity so that they can employ more and be paying them. This is how to encourage the economy to grow. This is how to encourage manufacturing. This is how to encourage production. Transferring money does not even help that person that you are transferring that money to. Understand?
Is that to say, in the face of the hike in the prices of not just food items, fuel, and what Nigerians use and need in their day-to-day living, if you reduce those prices, then you won't need to share money because everyone will be able to afford it? Just
like this, his so-called 50% reduction in cost of transportation, reducing fuel by 350 will have been far what?
Even if only for the month of December?
Understand me? Reducing fuel will have been better. It will have benefited a lot of people. Understand? So this government, their policies are they are building castles in the air. They are building no economy can survive by transferring money. People should be employing companies should be encouraged. That's the way to, so that they can be employing more and they have money that to pay them.
All right, then you are listening to the recap right here on Voice of the People 90.3 FM. My name is Ijeoma Innocent. I'm your host. And the voice that you hear doing the analysis is that of Mr. Peter Anosike. He's a political, social, and national affairs analyst and a commentator. Not just that, Mr. Peter Anosike is also a philosopher, a development economist, a journalist, and a best-selling author. We have been talking about a plethora of issues, most of which made major headlines during the week. And we just spoke about the fact that 99.9% households are yet to receive the federal government's cash transfer of 25,000 naira. At exactly 5 p.m., the phone lines will be open and you can call in and let us hear your opinions, your suggestions, your thoughts, and your ideas. And when you do call, let us know if you are part of the favored few, the 0.1% who received the 25,000 naira conditional cash transfer anytime at all from between September till this month of December. But then moving forward,
excuse me, anybody that calls should return that money to government
if they received the money.
If anybody that calls you now and say that he has received that money is not among the vulnerable Nigerians, which means the money is not for him.
But they would have spent it by this time if they really collected that. Whoever collected the money, if they really did, would have spent it by this time. But let us quickly move forward and talk about two Nigerian women doing exploits abroad. The first is Nigerian Professor Ijeoma Egwuatu, who has been named the Cambridge University president. According to the institution, she's to assume the role October 1 next year, succeeding the current president, Professor Jane Clark. Professor Egwuatu currently holds the position of a professor in pharmaceutical neuroscience at the University College London, Ibadan, originating from southeast Nigeria and Hackney. She commenced her pharmacy studies in 1981 at the University of Benin. She pursued her master's degree at the University of Lagos. This is like a product of Nigeria's academia.
Homemade.
All right. Dr. Olusimbo Ige has also been appointed as Commissioner of the Chicago Department of Public Health, and she's the first black female to occupy the position. The mayor of the city officially announced the appointment. Now, she received her Bachelor of Medicine and Surgery and her Master of Science in Epidemiology and Biostatistics from the University of Ibadan. She also received her Master's in Public Health from the University of Manchester in the United Kingdom. Dr. Ige is the Managing Director of Programs at the Robert Wood Johnson Foundation and had served as the Assistant Commissioner for the New York City Department of Health and Mental Hygiene. So, Mr. Anasike, without being too forward, it would seem that Nigerians are excelling very much outside of the country.
Because America is known as the land of opportunities. That's why America is progressing. That's why America is prospering. Understand? In America, what they care is result, not where you come from. Can you deliver on this? That's why in America today, some of the biggest companies in America are run. They have people from the other countries as their CEOs. Understand? That's why the country is doing well. And for the Uchebu, understand? Cambridge, when you rank universities in the world, Cambridge is number 4. Understand? Harvard 1, Stanford 2, Oxford 3, Cambridge 4. Understand? So for you to know that's what is happening. And mind you, she had her education here in the country. Then the commissioner in Chicago had his primary, secondary, and university here before going abroad. But in Nigeria, before you are given even an SA, they want to know the state that you come from. Understand? That's why in this presidential election, Bayo Ononuga was saying that Igbos will no more participate. Over his dead body when the Igbo people participate in Lagos state politics. This is Nigeria, and Southeast is a part of Nigeria. Understand? This is the reason why Nigeria was not programmed to work. It doesn't start now. Nigeria was a country that was programmed from beginning to fail.
Are you talking about from the point of amalgamation?
Nigeria is a country that was programmed from the beginning to fail. And that's why we are not making any progress, and will not make progress unless we have a mind shift. Understand me? Let me tell you what that's my own experience. In 1999/2000, that's I did my NYSC in Oyo State. Understand? So I served in a school I served in school in Agugu, Nagendu Grammar School, Agugu, Ibadan. That's East in Ibadan, not East. Then I went to Pondi Ibadan. I heard that they are recruiting people for what they call the GNS. That's general studies. That was year 2000. I went there to teach government. Understand? They brought the question papers. Those of us we wrote. That's I passed the written text. Then the oral text I also passed. Here. Then On the day of recruitment, when everybody came, I was there. When my name was mentioned, Peter Nosike, I will never forget this. Understand me? When my name was mentioned, Peter Nosike, one of them, that was the boss, then stood up. No, that he should go back to his state. That is not because Oyo State is recruiting, that everybody will be coming here. Understand me? Mind you, I passed the written text and the oral text. The boss has said that no. Once Peter Nosike was mentioned, he said no. He should go back to his state. It's not because Oyo State is recruiting. So that Oyo State must not be used as a dumping ground. Understand me? So they now brought their handbook for employment. Understand? What did I see there? That 2.5% is reserved for non-indigens.
Out of 100%.
This is Poli Ibadan. That 2.5% is reserved for non-indigens. But that's 2%, 2.5 becomes functional when they don't have their own indigent qualified for that position. This is Oyo State. This is Oyo State.
I feel that's what's still happening in Nigeria right now.
That's why Nigeria is where it is. So Nigeria is a country that is programmed from beginning to fail.
Are you saying because of this tribal and ethnic differences?
That is it now.
Or other issues compounding?
Imagine when an institution just have 2.5%. This is a national radio. Our frequency gets to Oyo State. People in Ibadan listen to VOP. I've been in Ibadan listening to VOP. Understand me? I have been in Ibadan and listened to VOP. So our program, our radio gets to Ibadan. And I want them to hear it. I was there. They say no, that Peter Nosike should go back to his state. And this is in Nigeria. And in America, they are appointing a woman, a commissioner in Chicago. It's not because they don't have anybody from Chicago that is qualified for that position, but they know that she is the best among them. Cambridge is when you rank universities in the world, Cambridge is number 4. Understand? And they are having a Nigerian as a president. Then how do you expect a country like Nigeria to work? It can never work. It can, because our mentality is too shallow.
All right then. My name is Ijeoma Innocent. You are listening to the recap right here on Voice of the People 90.3 FM. The phone lines are now open and you can give us a call, your opinions, your thoughts, your suggestions and your ideas right here live on radio and the program. The number to call is 0700 903 903 903 0700 903 903 903. That is the number to call to be a part of the conversation. The phone lines are open right now. On WhatsApp, we the number is 0700 903 9039. On WhatsApp, 0700 903 9039. Those to everyone watching us live on YouTube right now, I can see your comments, I can see your likes, I can see your views. Thank you so much and keep them coming. Chidi Otugo from YouTube says I should try and put on a smile. Okay, if you've been watching, you will notice I've been smiling since. All right, thank you, Chidi, for your observation. All right. Thank you so much. I can see your comments as well. Sunday Obeahon. Yes, I can see your comments as well. And I can also see your messages on WhatsApp. Do keep them coming. The phone lines are now open and we are waiting for your call. Remember, you are listening to the recap right here on Voice of the People 90.3 FM. I'm your host. My name is Ijeoma Innocent. It is time. Give us a call. Let us hear from you on the plethora of issues that we are discussing today. And who is our lucky first caller? Who? You, my caller. Good evening. Welcome to the recap.
Yeah, good evening.
What's your name and location, please?
I'm Mr. Olatubosun from Abu.
Welcome, Mr. Olatubosun. Let's hear from you.
Thank you. I enjoy the discussion in the radio because I always deal in the channel every time.
Thank you so much.
But the man that is there is saying sense. But the only line that I disagree with him is concerning the employment. We here in the Southerners, we give encouragement to all tribes compared to the Eastern states. Because I am in education line, I can point to about 50 principals in the secondary school in Lagos and the environment. And also, Igbo has been appointed as commissioner in Lagos State. Can he tell us one person that has been appointed as commissioner in the Eastern state that is not Igbo? So, we need to be realistic. We here do accommodate very well that Easterners. I don't want to go too much.
That's the only point where you disagree.
Yes.
All right, Mr. Anosuke will give you a reply.
Okay. Excuse me, sir. The current managing director of Enugu Broadcasting Corporation is by name Nadi Akere Dondu. The current managing director of Enugu State Broadcasting Corporation is by name Nadi Akere Dondu. Find out. I'm just giving you one. I don't want to go far. Enugu State Broadcasting Corporation. The current MD is by name Nadi. Find out.
Okay, then. Give us a call, 0700 903 903 903. Good evening. Welcome to the recap. Please turn off your radio set or turn down the volume and give us a call back. We definitely want to hear from you. I can see your messages on our WhatsApp platform. Keep them coming. I can also see your comments on our YouTube platform. To everyone watching live right now, thank you so much. Do keep them coming as well. 0700 903 903 903 is the number to call to be a part of the conversation. Remember to keep it civil. No insults, no insulting words, please. All right, let's keep it civil, let's keep it polite, and let's keep it engaging. All right, and factual. Okay. Good evening. Welcome to the recap.
Yeah, good evening.
What's your name and location, please?
It's Mr. Ikechukwu. I'm calling from Ijebu.
Welcome, Ikechukwu. Let's hear from you.
Well, I'm sorry for what Mr. Peter Anosuke went through. It's sad, but the truth of the matter is that it is not really an ethnic thing or to demonize a particular ethnic tribe as the cause of the problem. I know quite all right it is painful having to undergo such a situation in your state and having been told that you have just 2.5 quota to tea and all that. But the truth of the matter is that it is a systemic thing. It is a Nigerian problem. He got it right. Nigeria from the onset has been programmed to fail. And it was funny because our nationalists who are privileged to attend good courses abroad came back and did not instill good values into the leadership problem we are having today. That is why I'm not trying to demonize. Quite all right, we have a problem. Yes, we all agree we have a problem, but it's not an ethnicity. It's not to tribalize that it's the Yoruba, Igbo, or other things. It's a national issue. Until we go back to revisiting the core essence of what makes us a nation. And one of the main problems is constitution. Let us go back to our regional system, where every region will have a sense of belonging, where no one will feel that he is born to rule, where every member will have a free and fair partnership principle. And if you have that kind of political process where constitutionally is a regional system where everyone contributes to the center and not the center dictating to what every other part of the nation will receive, the country will be better for it. I think the worst thing that ever happened to this country was abandoning the regional system of 1963. That is what squarely has placed us when there's nobody who is interested in hard work anymore. Everybody is interested in aiming at the presidency to see what they can query or steal from the center to take to their ethnic nationality. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Mr. Ikechukwu, for your call, for your opinion and your observation. Is there anything you want to say about that, Mr. Anosike? He's saying we need to go back to the regional system of government. Will that be the cure to this situation?
No, what I want to say, I don't want anybody to pity me. That thing has served as a turnaround to my life. That's my experience in Ibadan served as a turnaround for me.
But do you think this situation still comes to bear right now, or some people's mentality have changed and it's just a few people
what
who think that way?
we need to progress as a country is competition. Understand me? Let us be making use of the best, no matter where they come from. Understand me? Let us be making use of the best, no matter where they come from. Understand? If the best come from the north, use him. If the best come from the east, use him. If the best come from the west, use him. An instance, if you want your house to be painted, what you need is the person that can do the most perfect job, isn't it? You will not give it to a Yoruba because it's your brother. You cannot give it to an Igbo because it's your brother. What you need is somebody that will do the best job. Understand? So what we should be looking at competition. Let us start making use of the best and not where somebody comes from. Understand?
That is detribalizing the process of employment.
Making that's competition. That's why America is prospering. The biggest companies in America today are being run by Indians because they are those more dedicated, committed, devoted. So I'm sure the two women that you mentioned get to their position based on competition. So Nigeria should start making use of competition in appointments.
And
put
not just
the
about
best.
Who you know or who knows you.
Sure.
Okay, our phone lines are open. Give us a call. We definitely want to hear from you. Good evening. Welcome to the recap. Hello, are you there? All right, give me a call back. I definitely want to hear from you. This is the recap on Voice of the People 90.3 FM. Welcome. Good evening. Hello, are you there? What is going on? I want to hear from you. Give me a call, all right? 0700 903 903 903 is the number to call to be a part of the conversation. I can see your message on our WhatsApp platforms. Keep them coming. Good evening. Welcome to the recap.
Hello.
Hi there. Good evening.
Hello.
What's your name and location, please?
Good evening. This is AJ, communicating from Ikoto Access.
All right. Welcome to the program, AJ. Is this the AJ that I know?
To get your, around there or permit your station there,
Wow.
has been Herculean and so innovating.
Wow.
Honestly, every time I try, it leads to negativity. I'm even so lucky to permit through today.
I'm glad you are able to reach us. It really has been ages.
I'm missing you, man.
Thank you so much. Now you can hear me on the recap. But let's talk about the issues that we're talking about.
It's all right. It's all right. You see, first and foremost, let me do some apology to my brother there, Mr. Anosike. It's unfortunate, certain people behave such a way. I believe in classlessness and the tribalization. That's my philosophy. You see, if I go back to the old
I seem to even torture Zeke more than my own, father. I call him father because my father, my own biological father, tutored me greatly on Awu. You understand? So needless in being, discriminatory or segregatory. So Mr. Anosike, please, sorry. If you imbibe on a meritocracy, we will advance much more than even the Americans. Because Nigeria here has manpower that even outclasses that of America, England, name it. Places that I have visited, then I've seen Nigerians. Maybe if you permit me, inclusive of myself, Nigerians will display high degree of prodigy, high degree of academic strength, high degree of wizardry in terms of whatever it's prepared before us. We take challenges. Let me say it categorically and assertively that no white man can beat any Nigerian. I'm telling you, I'm talking from personal experience.
Are you saying academically?
In all fair, take it or leave it. Our dilemma, our problems, our palaver is simply this leadership. That is the truth.
Is leadership also the reason for tribalism?
That is it, which ought not to be, what should obtain this moment. It is more of a quagmire, honestly speaking. I'm telling you from experience, Nigerians are great universally. There is no way you see a typical example of these two that we've just mentioned. There are a lot more yet to be projected, presented, and documented. I'm telling you, Nigerians are heavenly designed by Heavenly Father himself. But the leadership, look at Anosike that is there. Anything he says is very, very vibrant and highly, precise. So what do I expect? But then, with time, God willing, tribalism, this segregation, and all this balderdash, this gibberish, will fight itself into the pit of filth in no time. Let AJ rest his case here. Good evening.
Thank you so much, AJ. Thank you for calling. It's been a while. It's been a while. Thank you so much. I'm glad to know that you are well, hale, and hearty. It is always a pleasure hearing from you. Thank you for your opinion, your suggestion, your idea. Thank you for your call as well. I can see your messages on WhatsApp. Keep them coming. All right. Good evening. Welcome to the recap. Are you there? Good evening.
Hello, good evening.
Please turn down the volume on your radio set, all right, and give us a call back. I would definitely love to hear from you. Good evening. Welcome to the recap.
Yeah, good evening from here. Richard from Germany.
Welcome, Richard. Thank you for calling all the way from Germany. Let's hear from you.
Yeah, maybe my own opinion could be different because we black people, we are lying to ourselves. We are living in denial. That is the problem. We are living in denial in the sense that God created us and we have our different tongues, languages, traditions, and then all of a sudden somebody from somewhere came and force us together without any agreement, without any consent, that is no agreement at all. And you expect, us, not only in Nigeria, we have all these things in most of African countries where these Europeans design all these maps. And you think that we are going to progress. It's not going to in fact, it's going to be mission impossible. We have to tell ourselves the truth. In a country whereby we are different people, but we are forced together at a going point, and our leaders, our intellectuals are afraid to discuss this. How are we going to live in peace, in harmony? I agreed on it. Write it down. Nobody's talking about it. It is just kind of, we must be together. Nigeria is indivisible. Nigeria, nobody can divide Nigeria. Nigeria is is indivisible. It's not going to happen like that. If you bring many types of animals and put them in a cage, they'll fight to separate themselves. We are species. We're different people. If these people want Nigeria to work, they should come down from their high horses and discuss the way Nigeria is going to work. For example, so you will live in a country, you live in Sokoto, and somebody will tell you you are not an indigenous, but you were born there. Your parents were born there, or you live in Enugu, and somebody is telling you you are not an Igbo person, but an Hausa man was born in Enugu. The same thing in Lagos, the same thing in Ibadan. And you think that that country will progress? Look at that. In a country, they will tell you that you are not indigenous to the state. In one country, it's not going to happen. The problem we have in Nigeria is that the society, Nigeria, is designed not to progress until the leaders come together and say, okay, how are we going to live together as one people? On what conditions? Terms and conditions must be written. Otherwise, we are going to be living like this. For example, look at England that colonized us. If you go to England, you have in North Ireland, you have Scottish, you have Wales, and you have England, and they do their own things differently. If you go to Scotland, they have their own parliament, they have their own police, they have their own currency, they have their own national football. The same thing Wales, the same thing Northern Ireland. They don't have all this kind of one United Kingdom national football team. No, every country, there are 4 countries together, they do their own things differently. What joins them together is just that passport. But they have their own currency, different currency, everything different. Parliament, police, everything. And unless we go back to these, issues, discuss how are we going to live in a country as one people with different ethnicity, with different identities, we're not going anywhere. This forced marriage
is not
going to work.
You support regionalization.
Exactly. I've given you example of UK that colonized us. It's called United Kingdom. I've lived there for many years. I lived in Scotland in a small city called Stirling. I never knew that they had their own currency different from English pounds. There is no queen. There is no queen. There is no king on their banknotes.
Okay.
They have the yes in Scotland.
Thank you so much, Mr. Richard.
The same thing in Ireland. The same thing in Ireland, in North Ireland. They don't have anything to do with British pounds.
Wow.
That is what is called federation. Everybody lives. Everybody is on his own. Control their resources. Control their education system and everything.
Yeah.
The same thing in Switzerland. The same thing in Switzerland. You have Italian Swiss. You have German. You have French. They live together as Swiss, but with their different cultures and different system of governance. Why should an Igbo man that is born and grew up in Lagos, why should somebody tell him, go back to your land, you are not indigenous? Why should the Yoruba man who was born in Enugu State, grew up in Enugu State, somebody is telling him, go back to your state because you are not an Igbo person? We want Nigeria to progress?
Thank you so much, Mr. Richard. Thank you so much. Honestly,
God bless
we need to hear from others as well, all right? Thank you so much for your contribution. Thank you for your call. Thank you for your opinion as well. We really do appreciate it. Good evening. Welcome to the recap.
Thank you. I am Alhaji Usman Amobi.
Welcome, Alhaji.
Hello. Thank you very much. First and foremost, this Mr. Nosuke there.
Thank you
and
so
my
much.
fellow brothers are just the speakers. All our intelligent people have just spoke. Before God, man, I feel so bad and pain when I think of the space tribalism tear us apart in this country. Nigeria will be the greatest country in the world with what God has blessed us with. Are you talking of resources? Are you talking of brain? Intellectual? We are number one. Well, I don't know where this cost comes from, but what I think is the government at the center are the most cause of all this problem. Because they are supposed to be orientation, with pure heart to desist from tribalizing. Otherwise, we are going nowhere. If we are the old ourselves as one, as proclaim every time one Nigeria, if really in spirit we are like that, in sincerity we are like that, we manufacturing caterpillars, every kind of machine, including cars. We are talking of one Nigerian cars. These are assembled cars. We are talking about manufacturing engines here. But the way we Nigerians took ourselves, no. It's too painful to me. Because I am one of the Nigerian people. And by the grace of God, this country turn over to take ourselves as one, both morally and spiritually. I am telling you, no country can defeat us. So, as a person, our support, let's go back to regional government. Maybe that will help us much. Because when things are going, how can I say an Hausa man, I say it's not my brother? It's my brother. When I say a Igbo woman, she's my sister. Why are we like this? And we are seeing things, torn apart everywhere, every time. Simply, maybe killing ourselves is too bad. Let the people at the government in the center be serious, because they know the facts. But most people that are top, they're only after their selfish interest.
Okay.
They go there to make money. Let God change their heart. Let us all have a change of heart. And all this, when you want to fill out the form in Nigeria, they say nationality, Nigeria. Let's remove that column of what tribe are you? Remove that form in Nigeria. When you talk of, you want to at least employ people into government organization or even in security, randomly. You see what is happening there now? Is there no tribalism there? As a Yoruba man, I'll be claiming that we are cheated. People will be saying that they are marginalized. If the people at the center, they really love this country to be one, they should know what to do. That column of what tribe are you in every form in Nigeria should be abolished. Nigerians in Nigeria.
Okay.
Thanks to me, I like this one, Amobi.
Thank you so much, Alhaji, for calling. We really appreciate your call. Thank you so much for your opinion. Good evening. Thank you for staying on hold. What's your name and location, please?
Thank you. My name is Jonathan, calling from London.
Welcome, Mr. Jonathan. Let's hear from you.
Thank you for keeping me this one. I greet Mr. Anosiki there. Good evening, sir.
Thank you so much.
Yes, sir. Let me quickly talk about this defection in River State. The House of Assembly member to APC from PDP to APC. These people that defected, their name is not in the register of APC. They are not even member of APC. Mr. Nosike, maybe if I'm wrong, you can correct me.
Go on, sir.
Yeah. So these people, they are not either here nor there. So they are nothing they are doing that is valid as far as me are concerned. So they are just group of Yahoo boys come together doing in the name of political parties. They are just using political party as a platform to attack and to loot and to do whatever they want. That is my own on that people that defected. So and their guys is misleading them. So let's come this way for us to get this thing done. It's rubbish. And for this one Nigeria is a fraud. It's a big time fraud. The only time is one Nigeria when they want to loot. They will just call themselves one by one So because of the largesse, it goes to their pocket. So that is where one Nigerian will come in. Or if they want to rig election, the way Wike rig for the present government from Rivers, they come together to rig. That's one Nigeria. That's it. But for them to make a good governance, it's a lie. We can't get one Nigeria there. It's a lie, big time lie. I'm very close to government before I leave Nigeria. If you see, Nigeria has gone. No, the one there is not even remnant again. This one is going. You are just saying bye bye. Nigeria is going. It's the shadow we are saying. The country is. Don't let me say something that is very dangerous.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you for your call. I really do appreciate your opinion, and should we call that an expose? Good evening, welcome to the recap. Are you there? Give us a call back. 0700 903 903 903 is the number to call to be a part of the conversation. I will now be taking your comments on our YouTube and WhatsApp platform. Okay, beginning from YouTube, Sunday Obiahan says foreign investors cannot come because they know that Nigeria's current leadership and judiciary is corrupt. It does not matter if PBAT travels abroad looking for investors, they don't trust him. Oladewale says Emilokon, Det Lokon, Yoruba Lokon, can we all have a dialogue to decide if we want togetherness? Abi Nobleman says Mr. Strategy said to be now statistics we go chop. See where we are today. Okay, keep the comments coming on YouTube. We're live on YouTube. In case you want to put faces to the voice, you want to put faces to the names, head on to YouTube. It's Voice of People 90.3 FM on our YouTube platform. We are live right now, and you can join in the conversation by dropping your comment in the comment box. Okay, I can see your calls coming in. Keep them coming. Please turn down the volume on your radio set.
Hello.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Good evening. What's your name and location, please?
I'm Mr. Made calling from Egypt.
Welcome, Mr. Made. Let's hear from you.
Good evening, Mr. Anosike.
Good evening.
In terms of discussion about this country, my brother and sister, it's obvious that this country is wrong in somehow because we are talking unity. And these people at the top are not talking unity to us. But within them there, they are talking unity for corruption. You see the problem there. Oh, we all know, they all know what they will do to move this country forward. But they cannot do it because of the evil intention in them. You see, in cases, we're running regionalism. But this time around, the center is powerful. And they know why the center is powerful. And they know the reason why they cannot remove it. Because of how can somebody be giving you something that you did not work off? You can't hold it well. Every month they say let us go allocation for what? And that is why you see this insecurity here and there in the north and some other places. Because look at the case of Azafara Gold. Because they know that every month they will still collect the allocation. That is why they are leaving everything to go in shambles. Look at the degree. I know that every month they will collect the allocation. Assuming that no allocation from them, if they mess it up, you see they sit up all these things. We are cheating us. We know the right thing and we cannot do it. But it is an evil because let me tell you one thing that happened to PDP some time ago. When PDP was in power, this clergyman from Benin, I forgot his name. He was preaching to them one of the Independence Day. He was preaching to them that there will be rain that is going to fall. And if this rain falls, that is going to affect them. That is what is going to happen very, very soon. Very, very soon. Mark my word in this APC because they are thinking that they're all in all. If you see Ganduje, the way they think, do you know that they are waiting? Look at Bauchi election is pending. Kanu election is pending. Plateau election is pending. Because they said the way positions are weak. These people are weakening them because of they have the court, they have the judicial, they have the INEC. So these people, they don't know what to do now, because if assuming that Supreme Court by judgment, they cannot reverse it again. That is why you see them pending. These governors are pretending now, begging them so that they will go away from all this private approach. So Nigeria is in a crossroad now. We are a set of confusion now. Seriously now, both Dick and Harry is confused now. Look at what is going on now. Cashless, they say. So, my brother and my sister, I am praying. Let us go to regionalism so that everybody will know his strength and his intellectuals.
Thank you so much. Thank you so dearly for your call. A few more calls and we'll call it a day right here on the program. Before we get into our WhatsApp messages, Mr. Nosike, so many people today have been talking about this regionalization. Is this a conversation that is long overdue?
Well, for me, the greatest speech that Tinubu would have made in May 2023 inauguration would have been restructuring. Understand me? That would have been the best speech that he would have made. I am going to restructure this country, or we are going to restructure this country. Understand? Because the way Nigeria is presently structured, it can never work. But it is benefiting them at the top. It is benefiting him as the president. So the best thing that he would have said on his day of inauguration is, I am going to restructure this country. With that, he will have, even without committing any offense, win over those in the opposition. Because this is the desire of every well-meaning Nigerian. Let us restructure this country so that Nigeria will begin to work. And the only thing that will make Nigeria work is going back to the 1963 Constitution. That is the only thing that can make this country work. Going back to the 1963 Constitution. Let the component parts be taking care of their means. Let every part of the country develop with the resources in their soil, and an amount will be set aside for the federal. That's strong regions with a weak federal.
So that is no more federal allocations.
No more. The federal allocation is corruption. It is making the governors not to think, not to work hard.
You feel it's making them lazy?
Lazy.
Because they know no matter what, something will come from the federal government.
Check comes at the end of every month. So all they do is just, they will be sleeping, they will be until at the end of the month, they'll go to Abuja and collect check. So, like what that man said about the gold in Zamfara State, why they are not taking care of it is because then at the end of the month, they'll go and collect check from Abuja. So the only thing that can make Nigeria work is going back to 1963 Constitution, which is that regionalism. We don't need to let the Southeast develop at its own pace. Let the Southwest develop at its own pace. Then there will be healthy competitions among the regions or the geopolitical zones. Understand? But the way it is now is authoritarianism. Because the man in Abuja may say, I'm not giving the check to the man in Enugu. Understand? I will not give check to the man in Port Harcourt. Or if the man in Bauchi did not cross over to APC, I will not give him his check. Understand me? So it is encouraging corruption. It is encouraging dictatorship, and so on and so forth. So I'm in support of those who are calling for going back to the regions, going back to the 1963 Constitution, which is the best document ever written for the progress of Nigeria.
All right, then let us go to WhatsApp and check out what you are saying right here on our WhatsApp platform. It is 0700 903 9039. Our time is fast spent, and so let's hear what you're saying. This person says, my name is Richard from Mushin. Okay, Richard from Mushin. Your message, okay, just dropped. My opinion is let the president call for constitutional conference in all the minds of Nigerians. Thanks, Choma and
that's
Mr.
a referendum.
Peter A. Okay, fuel is the source of everything in Nigeria. Know how you will remove subsidy that it will not affect Nigerians. But your guests still go ahead and vote a presidential candidate that promised to remove fuel subsidy. Just because another candidate removed the subsidy makes it a bad policy. This mentality of it's not my candidate, nobody can do the job will not help us unless your guest wants to tell us that only his candidate can solve Nigeria's problem.
Who's my candidate? Who's my candidate?
Okay, Mr. Olu from Badagry. That question is for you. Good evening, Chairman Professor Anasike. May God bless you all for saying the truth with us, which our so-called leaders are fully aware but turn blind eyes because of their selfishness and wickedness. I suffered the same fate with Anasike when I finished my NYSC at University of Maiduguri. I was denied appointment after working for extra 2 years just because I'm from southern part of Nigeria. Nigeria will never move forward unless we abide by the truth. Thanks, Sydney from Ejigbo. I'm so sorry about your experience, Sydney. Good evening, Mr. Anosike and Mrs. Chioma. It's Miss, please. About between the presidency, the federal government, and the terrorists. Mr. President, imagine you're literally in a boat with the terrorists, and you've got two choices before you. One, defeat the terrorists, and you have access to reclaim your own. Note your own minerals, arable farmland, technocrats who are capable of turning a stone into a gold, and several other rewards. 2. Lose the battle and be left with food insecurity, leading to no food on your table, enslavement to the terrorists, leading to abduction and maltreatment, standstill, leading to poor education and health, and several other misfortunes that would come by as a result of your defeat. Would you be dilly-dallying on the choice to choose as stated above, as indecision itself wears you out? From Chisco. Okay, Chisco. That's a full one. Good evening, Chairman, Mr. Anosike. Compliments of the season. I want to give a respect and regards to the late Dora Akunrili as a case study. She stands out as a patriot, brilliant mind, selfless, focus driven. She's without fault or corrupt like your rulers in power. From local to federal, she's a role model. Her death was not in vain, but a memorial. Also remember Stella Adadevo, Babaja Konde, Delegiwa, Funshaw Williams, Bola Ige, etc. Also, you can give credit to Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala, Obi Ezekwesili, Peter Obi, Dele Farotimi, etc. I want to ask, what will your rulers and rulers be remembered for? Corruption, vote buying, agbero breeding, pocketing institutions for their gain, destructive governance, turning the people to beggars and almajiris in the midst of plenty. It is a shame the worst of us is ruling the best of us. Once I say this quote, I know it's coming from Dio all the way from Fagba. Thank you, Dio, for your opinion. Thank you for your suggestions. Thank you for your message. Thank you for always tuning into our programs right here on VOB 90.3 FM. Okay, moving on. Moving on, I'm still taking your messages on WhatsApp, but before then, let me take this call. Good evening, welcome to the recap. Are you there? Good evening, I've picked your call, Lou. Okay, give me a call back, 0700 903 903 903. Good evening, VOP. I have nothing to say in addition to what the Red Gem in the studios, Mr. Peter Anosike, has said. He has nailed the nail on the head. The Nigerian leaders, judiciary, national reps, and their allies are the problems of the country. Anytime this trio, I repeat, the leaders, the judiciary, the national reps are ready to make Nigeria great, then it will be so. Egege from Agege. All right, Adeyemi Kamoru from Satellite Town says, if Europeans and Britain can be bold enough to disobey the word of God and celebrate homosexual lesbianism, then I think they have to come back to Africa and apologize to Africa how they deceived us. Adeyemi Kamoru. All right, thank you. Even though that wasn't the conversation we were having for today, but thank you so much for your opinion. Okay, you didn't tell me your name, but you came up and you said hello, good evening. Well, good evening to you as well. What is your opinion on the issues that we are discussing today? That is what we really want to know. All right. Yeah, I can see your comments on YouTube as well. I want to see if there's any comments I haven't taken yet. Okay, keep your comments coming in as well. Our time is fast spent and we'll be leaving the studios in about less than 10 minutes actually. Okay, so keep those comments on YouTube. Keep them coming. Okay, keep them coming. We definitely want to hear from you. 0700 903 903 903 is the number to call to be a part of the conversation. 0700 903 903 903. Good evening. Welcome to the recap.
Hello.
Good evening. Welcome to the recap.
God bless you, my dear. Chama.
Yes. What's your name and location, please?
Can you hear me very clear?
Yes, I can hear you.
I'm asking this question. All these things that the media always discuss and talk with the parliament and people buy card, call, the government of the land, are they listening to all these things that the media always talk on their radio and television stations? Because what we are doing now, the same thing SMA 104.7 do the same thing. The same thing Wazobia Radio do the same thing. This government that we are now their people, they are now on the top. Do they listen to the comment of this Anosike? And again, the other hand will invite always Darlington to your station.
I assure you that they do listen. I assure you that they listen.
If they are listening, they are not working with it. There's no point we talking because we are talking to deaf ears. We are talking to the government that doesn't hear. Even though they hear, they don't work with it. Because what they work with is the one that will benefit them. The one that will benefit their pocket and their family. Apart from that, we are on our own. So I don't know if you say they are hearing, let them not only hearing, let them practicalize it. Let us see it working. Let us see it happening. That is my question I'm asking you. I don't know whether I have wasted your time or disturbed your this, but this is what is bothering me. That's what I'm pointing out. We have a deaf ear government on the seat. God bless you.
Thank you so much. So he seems to say that many times when we go out on the streets to do vox pops and to get people's opinions, they keep saying, will they listen to us? Are the government, are they listening? Do they want to even know what we're talking about? And when we try to assure them that they listen, they say, why are this not being implemented? This comes down to the question of willingness. Right. So it's one thing to listen to suggestions. It's another thing to implement. How do we encourage the citizens to keep talking if they are not convinced that the government is actually listening?
Well, the radio stations must not be shut down. The TV stations must not be shut down, because in the mass comm school, they teach you that the function of radio is they call it EAI, education, entertainment, and information. So radio stations must keep on educating, must keep on entertaining, and must keep on informing the masses. Understand? So this is a role that the radios are supposed to be playing. Understand? So whether they are listening or not does not mean that all the radio stations must be shut down, because in the other parts of the world, radios have not been shut down, TVs have not been shut down.
So the thing is, we should keep airing our opinions. We should keep
people must keep on talking.
Programs.
People must keep on talking
in hope that one day the government will listen. Or
people must keep on talking.
All right. On all the topics we've discussed today, we'd like to have your final words, because it's time for us to go.
Well, for me, it's in another 9 days will be a new year. That's 2024. So I am appealing to Nigerians to kind of focus more on themselves than on government. Let them try to practice self-reliant. Because basically, I'm not seeing any magic that the president is going to do in 2024. Because foundation is very, very important. In the first 6 months, his foundation has been very, very wrong.
You're saying if it hasn't happened, it won't happen.
His foundation has been very, very wrong. So I'm apprehensive of 2024. But God is on the throne. So I'm begging Nigerians to practice more of self-reliance than relying on government.
All right then. Mr. Nosuke says practice self-reliance rather than relying on the government, and that is what we should do in 2024. On that note, this is where today's program comes to an end. My name is Ijeoma Innocent. This has been the recap where we analyze some of the major issues that trended and some of the major issues that made major headlines during the week. Just before we go, let me take the remaining few comments that just came in on YouTube. Oladewale says, "Sir, we all still need to dialogue to determine our togetherness. They do listen, but they are deaf and dumb in terms of the people." Okay, thank you so much, everyone, for your calls, your messages, your comments, your opinions, your suggestions. Thank you so dearly. You are the reason we are here. Remember, we are voice of the people, and we are here to make sure that we give you a voice. Special thanks to you as well, Mr. Nosuke, for joining me on the program this evening. Thank you for being on the recap as well. And thank you to you, my wonderful listeners, for listening from all over Lagos, from all over the world. Thank you to those who called from the UK, from London, from Germany, from everywhere. We really do appreciate you. We are voice of the people. Join us again next Saturday. Let us have another wonderful episode of the recap. My name is Ijeoma Innocent. Have a wonderful, wonderful weekend.